It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Philadelphia Eagles. And it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Take a drive from downtown along Broad Street. You run into Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles here in South Philadelphia. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen. Greg, one of the joys of covering the league week in, week out, you watch guys grow and mature, and all of a sudden you turn around and look at the quarterbacks we have in this game. Now we're looking at guys who have arrived at that magic term, franchise quarterback.
Yeah, I think you just have to give a lot of credit, of course, to the player themselves, the work, the ability to invest in themselves to develop, but also in these organizations. They continue to surround these quarterbacks as they've gotten older with better talent, better systems, play to their strengths, maybe protect some of their weaknesses. That's what it takes to play at a high level at the quarterback for a long time in the NFL, and give credit to both these players and both these organizations. I think it's official. They have their quarterback of the future, and the future looks bright.
On the return, it's Parker Washington, and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Jacksonville offense ready to go to work for the first time. Leading them out, the former #1 overall pick back in the 2021 draft, it's Trevor Lawrence.
Every team stresses it all week in practice, Mike, as they're building their scripts and they're delivering their team message. You want to start fast in the NFL. Playing from behind is a nightmare. You can't come out flat and allow the opposing team to strike first. They understand the importance. This opening drive, they feel really good about the plays they have tabled. They really feel good about the week of practice they had. Now all that has to come together, start fast, and then see if you can sustain it for 4 quarters.
And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
On first down, Lawrence. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack. Play is stopped. We have an injury to one of the Jaguars. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. That's complete. He finds Brian Thomas. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable 3rd down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play.
After that 1st down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on 2nd down. That big chunk brings them from 2nd and long to now at least 3rd and manageable.
Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and they have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their quarterback. It's Jalen Hurts.
This is someone who just seems like every year they just get better and better, Mike, right? I mean, think back, whether it was Alabama to Oklahoma to being a Heisman finalist, going from a backup role to MVP candidate. His development has been fun to watch, and now he's universally considered one of the best all-around quarterbacks in the league, and if they want to leave here with a win, they're going to need him to be just that.
Right to the air, it's Hurts. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Off he goes. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
A tight end in motion now. Now Hurts. Going to call his own number. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
Good decision by the quarterback. In this situation, all you're looking to do is have a positive play. He decides to pull it, and that's exactly what he's able to do.
They'll come up now for second down and 4. Throwing is Hurts. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's going to be run out after a gain of about 6, but that'll be good enough for a first down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process. For a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
That's to the right side and incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown. Third down, 3 to go. A pistol snap, back to Hurts. Open man, right side, he's got it. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Hurts again. Now he'll run it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Hurts will work here from the pistol. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. And he'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a first down.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
First carry for Saquon Barkley. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. Couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. A dive for the end zone, but he loses the football. The Jaguars have it into space. Inside the 40. And he returns this all the way. Touchdown, Jacksonville. What a terrible moment for the offense. You're in the red zone, driving for a score, and Greg, instead, it goes back the other way for a touchdown.
Yeah, and every defensive coordinator around the league, Mike, they preach two things in the red zone. They preach field goals and takeaways. In this case, they get the latter, and not only do they force the takeaway, he's able to return it the entire length of the field and take it for 6.
Cam Little comes on now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jaguars will take a 7-0 lead. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 2. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Eagles offense ready to get going with their second possession. Let's see if they can bounce back from the early mistake. That fumble a moment ago returned for a touchdown. The offense gets it back. 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he'll move this forward out to the 29-yard line. Devin Lloyd, the linebacker, there to stop him. Now a stoppage for an injured player, and it's Saquon Barkley who appears to be shaken up. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. They face 2nd down and 7. Now Hurts. He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Dillon. So on 4th down, they'll call on Braden Mann to punt, and he'll be kicking right into the full effects of the wind. A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. The Jags offense ready for their second possession. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. And in motion is Brown. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. This one is caught, and it's the tight end, Strange.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. Lawrence gives this one to Etienne. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Sometimes there's just nowhere to go, right? We ask these running backs, Mike, to do a lot of work, find space, create something out of nothing. Well, this time, he was able to create nothing out of nothing.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. In motion comes Thomas. Now 2nd down throw for Lawrence. That's caught over the middle by Thomas. Here now, 3rd and 5. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. Here's 1st and 10. Hurts working in the pistol. This one complete to Bryant. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind us down to the end of this 1st quarter of play. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. On the handoff, this is Dillon. And he's going to give him some breathing room past the 15-yard line.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that could all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
Hurts to the air on 1st down. Short pass taken in by the tight end. Second down and 8. Give up the middle to the big back, Dillon. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
So, 1st and 10 now from the 30. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's caught. It's Will Shipley. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it is third down.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. Trayvon Walker, the former first overall pick, in there for the sack.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Here's Braden Mann now. He's got the wind at his back as he's on to punt this one away. Fair catch made here, and the drive will start at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. They lead it here in the second quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry from Etienne. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
Second down, Lawrence. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. Throwing is Lawrence. Firing right side, brought in by Brown. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these third downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force third down, they got to get off the field.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Play action now. It's Lawrence. He runs with it.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. To throw is Lawrence. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. They hook up again, 2nd time on this drive, and this one's good for 18 yards and a 1st down.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
A quick throw. That's complete on the slant.
I think the rest of those receivers in the huddle have all come to the realization that they might not be getting a target anytime soon. And frankly, I don't blame them. I mean, they're riding the hot hand, and rightfully so. Until this defense proves that they can stop him in the passing game, I expect the quarterback to just continue to go back to him time and time again.
2nd and a yard. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
On first down, Lawrence. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but it still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
Lawrence now on 2nd down. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
This drive in danger of stalling out on 3rd and 10. They put Strange in motion. Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. Taking off, and he's in! Trevor Lawrence, touchdown Jaguars. That is a heartbreaker for the defense. They took away what he wanted to do in the air, Greg, but that scrambling ability gets him to the end zone for the touchdown.
And the reason he was able to take advantage with his legs here, Mike, is he made a fast decision realizing there was nowhere to go with the ball. The amount of guys the defense had in coverage took those passes away. He tucked the ball down, took advantage of the space, and he was able to take it all the way.
Little on now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Jaguars move out on top, 14-0. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Avery Williams on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He's going to tuck it and go. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. First and 10. A pistol snap back to Hurts. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
Hurts will work here from the pistol. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. On first down, it's Hurts. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. Here's Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. Officially, it's a 36-yard attempt. Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles are on the board just before halftime.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Just 1 second remaining in this first half, and they will kick it away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we reach halftime here, and the visiting Jaguars are out on top as we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically, where the coach is Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports halftime report. These two teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back out to Mike and Greg.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with first and 10. Hurts going to hold on to this one. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in bounds.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend, make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing it.
A pass caught by Saquon.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here's Hurts. Looking middle of the field, it's complete. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. To the air again, Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves 1st and goal inside the low red zone.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. Here's Barkley. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Now Hurts and the Eagles will try the 2-point conversion. He'll look to throw. That's pulled in. And they're able to tack on the 2-point conversion.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Washington now to return it. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Jaguars offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this 2nd half. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They go play action for Lawrence. And this throw batted away and incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Now second down throw for Lawrence. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. In motion comes Thomas. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. A throw left side, taken in by Thomas. Give him 14 on that one. That's good for a Jaguar. First down.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now here's Lawrence. He keeps it himself. He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18.
When you're game planning during the week for a mobile quarterback like this, on every down, you have to have somebody to account for him. You can see why here. He's able to escape the pocket, turn into a runner, and he can take every play and make it a big play.
A give for Etienne, heading right. And a good tackle out wide will hold him to a gain of just 3. Second and 7. And in motion is Brown. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
3rd and a yard. Now Lawrence. He's got his big tight end. Brenton Strange. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Greg, I love the precision on that play. Very little time, very confined space, and they come through with the touchdown.
And it's the accuracy of the throw, Mike, that protects his receiver. Everything down here near the goal line is so condensed. You understand you're going to be thrown into tight windows, but when you trust your quarterback to protect you with the ball placement, it gives you a lot more confidence going across the middle of the field, and in this case, pays off for a touchdown.
Here's Cam Little for the PAT. He knocks it through, and the Jaguars will extend this 3rd quarter lead. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Eagles offense ready to get back to work. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's a short one, caught by Goddard. And he's got it to the 35-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They run out of the gun with Barkley. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Once again, it's Barkley. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the 1st down. Nice gain of 5.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
2 first downs, and they're at the 46 now. It's 1st and 10. Looking right side, he's got a receiver. It's Smith. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down. Second down and 3. Hurts working in the pistol. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. To throw, Hurts. And that'll be incomplete on what turns out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here comes the Eagles punt team. And this is going to work out for them. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The Jaguars offense getting set to get back to work. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
So they're trying to get the ball out of the hand of the quarterback. That's the best way to slow down any good pass rush, but the accuracy and the run after catch is a critical part of the play. So when this ball is not thrown out in front, what they call the front shoulder pad throw, it makes it really hard for this slant route to get completed when the ball's thrown so far behind them.
They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
They'll try and run for the first with ETN. They'll stay on the ground. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Once again, it's ETN. And he'll be brought down past the 30. That is good enough to move the chains. 1st down. Now Lawrence on the bootleg. Pass downfield is caught by Brown. 23 yards on that pass play. 1st down, Jacksonville.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Lawrence now. Down the field, it's caught on that left sideline. A gain of 16 on that pass play. That's good for a Jaguar. 1st down.
Throwing with anticipation, it not only requires the confidence.
Nick Sirianni thought about it, and he wants another look. He has thrown the challenge flag. At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here. So the challenge there unsuccessful, and it will remain a completed pass. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They put Strange in motion. Lawrence now to throw on 1st down. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
In motion comes Thomas. 2nd down, Lawrence. That's over the middle, complete to Brown.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. the run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
Only need a yard, and it's 4th down. They'll try it now with Bigsby. It's a pickup of 12 as they wind up converting on 4th down.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
They'll run it here with Etienne. Good blocking, and he's in. Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Jaguars. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Little on now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Jaguars will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Here's Williams on the return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
A 1st down throw for Hurts. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He's going to run it. Big-time play for Philly. An even 40 yards.
When you talk about the real dual-threat quarterbacks in this league, his name has to be at the top of the list. He's got game-breaking speed, and he shows it there. What a run.
Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. That's taken in left side by Smith. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Man in motion is Brown. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or 2 short. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. The offense is staying right there. They're going for it. 4th and a couple. So Goddard, the tight end, comes in motion. They'll try it now with Barkley. And he will score. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
Just a great way to finish off a drive, and it was something they thought they had a matchup advantage all week long, was in the ground game. And you can see here, they executed at the offensive line. He got some nice blocks downfield from his wide receivers and tight ends, and he was able to do the rest.
The extra point by Elliott is good. And the Eagles are able to cut the deficit to 10. This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
The Jaguars offense ready for this next possession. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. Lawrence gives this one to Etienne. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Whistles here and a timeout. Defense going to take this one with 1:51 to go. They'll go back to Etienne on 1st down. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Here comes 3rd and 6. victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it is a win for our visitors, the Jaguars. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play, and in the end, they come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.